Sega Design are soon releasing onto the market a new version of their Blue Planet, and this one is black and gold. If you're not familiar with the original Blue Planet, it was released in 2022, and it was probably the most interesting and unusual watch to be released last year. It won a very prestigious award at a Swiss award ceremony, and it was reviewed by a number of high-profile watch reviewers on YouTube, and seemingly it sold pretty well despite its price. It was, I think, around $1,200, £1,000. They made a steel and a titanium version, and I've seen a lot of comments from people saying they actually bought one, so it sold surprisingly well despite it being, well, not the clearest watch to actually read the time. It was more of a piece of wrist art, and yeah, they've updated it now and made a new gold and black version. This one's going to cost $2,000. Now, they reached out to me and said, would you like to review it? If yes, please can you review it between the 13th and the 17th of March? Well, it's not the 13th or the 17th of March yet, is it? Anyway, I went back to them and said, yes, no problem. I'm happy to review it between those dates. But can I produce an unboxing and first impressions video where I just show people the watch and share my first impressions? And they said, yeah, sure, why not? So that's what I'm going to be doing, heading over to the Lightbox to show you this gold and black Blue Planet. I've zoomed out as much as I possibly can. The original cardboard box is far too big to get into my Lightbox, so I have removed this inner packaging from the outer packaging, and this is what you will be presented with. Right, so let's slide out the inner box. Sega Design mechanical watch, U-Series Blue Planet Gilded Age. I guess that's what they're calling this watch. Oh, a little sneaky peek at the watch. Silicone strap, feels like a silicone strap, and a bracelet. I did not know this was coming with a bracelet, and of course the watch. So yeah, let's get the watch out and start unpackaging. Right, let's start by looking at the silicone strap, which is already starting to collect lint and dust. Wow, a very nice sort of glossy, silky finish to that. There's no brushing on it. Right, there we go. That is the plastic removed off the front. Is there any on the back? Yes, there is. Hidden lugs. So, yeah, the watch appears, or the watch case appears to be perfectly circular. Right, let's get some power into this watch. Pop it on the bracelet, resize it, and yeah, then I can show you how it works. Right, I've managed to resize it for my roughly average 7.25-inch-ish wrist, and there it is. Pin and collars, not too difficult. You just need one of these tools down here. They're a little bit stiff, so peace of mind, I guess. Not too difficult, but yeah, they're definitely not going to come out during day-to-day wear, and I've been able to get a reasonable fit. The links aren't actually that long, and I had to remove quite a few. This watch will fit a big wrist, and every single link is removable. So yeah, I mean, it will fit huge wrists, and it will also fit tiny wrists. Right, as you can see, there is a display case back, so you can see the automatic movement in there, and they have made some changes to allow it well, to work in a very unusual way. I've set it to basically 12 o'clock. Two positions on the crown. The first position is unfortunately a ghost position, because the original movement did have a date complication, and obviously there's no date complication on this watch. So pull the crown out to the second position, and let me just move it to 12 o'clock, basically. There you go. This pointer on the dial is pointing to 12 and 00, which means it's now 12 o'clock. Let's move it to, well, 12:05. There you go. And let's move it to 12:30. That is now 12:30. This globe will rotate twice every 24 hours. That means this minute ring has to rotate 26 times every 24 hours because it has to do 2 additional loops because the globe is also rotating twice. Let's move time on a little bit. The lights in my light box aren't helping that much. Let's go to, well, let's say 3 o'clock. There we go. That is now 3 o'clock. Let's go to 6 o'clock. There you go. That is 6. Yeah, I mean, it's not particularly confusing. It's just not that obvious at a glance, is it? And I think that was one of the observations that many people made was that reading the time, well, obviously it's not going to be moving this quickly, but yeah, just generally reading the time is not that instantaneous, shall we say. Well, let's get this thing outside and take a look at it in the sun, I think. Well, I was actually quite surprised myself to see that there was actually some sun outside in the UK in February. But yeah, this watch certainly sparkles in the UK sunlight. I mean, it's definitely different, isn't it? And unusual. Obviously, beautifully made. Sega design watches are always beautifully made. But yeah, $2,000 for this one. First impressions are, well, ouch. But that's how I felt about the first one. And yeah, that one seemed to sell actually surprisingly well. So I don't doubt that they will sell a number of these watches when it becomes available. So yeah. Let me know what you think of it, guys, in the comments section. Interesting watch. I love the engineering behind it. I love the message behind it as well. But yeah, $2,000. Oy, oy, oy. Anyway, when I review it in full, I will run through all of these specifications and then maybe we'll start to understand why it is $2,000.